Everybody, it's Anne, the Purple Goddess. I'm here at Purple Goddess Enterprises wishing you a happy winter solstice season. Yesterday was winter solstice, or Yule, celebrated around the planet by people anxious to see the return of the light. And it's an interesting constellation in the sky right now. It's the two biggest planets, Jupiter and Saturn, that are so close from the Earth viewpoint. It looks like the Star of Bethlehem. So I'm hoping that if you are living somewhere where there's not a lot of smog, and that you might be able to be outside and see the Star of Bethlehem, which is in the sky last night and still tonight. And when did this last happen on the planet? This beautiful, they call it a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn being this so close together, happened in the medieval time. And the other famous time that it happened was, and why it's called the Star of Bethlehem, is that it was when Jesus was born. So the Magi, the wise men who were in Persia, heard about, there had been a prophecy in that culture about a new king being born. And the three wise men, who we would understand today as shaman, but they probably were teachers of the astrological system, took off to follow the star, and they followed prehistoric ley lines, energy lines, to get where they needed to go. And King Herod was really worried about, who was going to be born at this time, because it was going to be a threat to authority. And so, baby Jesus was born to single parents in a manger, not the big king everybody was expecting. And so it's interesting that towards the end of 2020, we have the Star of Bethlehem right now. And I think it means that it is the historic time for us to line up with Source and to understand there's a new divinity on the planet. And the light is shining now for you and for me, and to raise up our divine inner child. Christmas is about the sacred baby being born. Solstice is about the return of the light. And the fact that we're having the Star of Bethlehem at this time, I just think this is fascinating. So be open to the new light that's coming into the planet, and let it kind of stir you to find your divinity. And we've got a great little card today to talk about this. You ready? Okay. This card is Three of Wands. So where are you, the figure in this card? This is a person who's standing with their back to the past. So as we close out 2020, we're going to be closing out a lot about old ways of doing things. And this person is standing with one hand on a wand and two behind them that they haven't picked up yet. So this is past, present, and future kind of energies. So the person on the card is wearing red robe, and red is passion. They're passionate about their future. They've got a green thing here, which is sort of about growth. And they're kind of dressed up a little bit, ready for what's to come. And they're wearing a headband. And the headband appears in another card in the tarot, which is the Magician, which is right at the beginning of the hero or heroine's journey. And it means that there's like this big circle, little halo around the head. And in this case, this person's got a little bit of radar. They can know what's going on in the past, letting it go, and then there's this beautiful new beginning that they're looking for. And so there's three ships in this card. Now they're either ships are coming in because some great seeds were planted, or this person has put interesting things in those ships to launch off for the future. They're waiting there to see what's going to happen. And there's a lot of kind of murky colors in the sky here. It's not bright yellow. So this person understands the complexities of light and shadow. and that things aren't quite certain yet about the future, but there's enough yellow to suggest that things are going to be okay. But this person, you and me, has to continue to dance with these complexities of the dark and the light, and not quite sure what might be happening. But 3 is also a sign of the Trinity. Christianity, the Trinities, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. In other traditions, it's other things. And it can represent, past, present, future. In the goddess culture, it's our maiden aspect, our mother aspect, our crone aspect. But it's also about lining up with our heart, our mind, and our action come together. And things happen in our life. There's a nice flow in our life when we can match up our thoughts and our heart and know what we need to do, and then we need to do it. So the 3 of Wands is a really beautiful card about launching you into 2021 with confidence that your ships will come in because you've done the work and planted some seeds, or you're going to be planting some seeds over this little winter season. What do you want to see grow? My neighbor came over the other day with her mask at my front door, gave me a gift, and it was a bulb. And she said, Anne, you've got to plant that bulb. There's a package of soil and there's a bulb. And I said, okay. So I opened up the whole kit. It was an amaryllis, and I've never been given one before, and I've never planted one before. So I got the soil, got my hands in the soil, put the bulb in, and this is what's going to happen sometime soon. This beautiful flower is going to bloom. And a beautiful flower can bloom for you too when you do some planting of seeds. So take the time of the Great Conjunction and ask yourself what it is you can let go of because it no longer serves you. What can you visualize for your future? You're strong, you're dressed up, you got your hand on the wand. And what word can you give to yourself to honor the divinity within you, whatever that word might be for 2020? Give yourself that name because you've been through a lot and you've come out, you're coming out in this winter solstice season with some positivity and a bright future. So I'm going to hit the bell one time. What do you think about that? It's really good to have this time, this brief time, and I'll be back again next week. Happy solstice. Blessed be.